Namaste Krishna Rao garu, welcome to IYRTalks English edition. So, we are in 2025. When we had just left the college in 1975, just we are out of the college and emergency has been declared across India. The reason for declaring emergency is that Indira Gandhi, the Allahabad High Court has stated that she is a culprit in the election process. So, then immediately with the help of at the time the President of India is Mr. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, with his recommendation emergency has been imposed and it continued for more than 1 year 8 months, and in fact it ended on 1977 March. So, almost I think 18 months. So, during the process of emergency, the press censor, great stalwarts like Jayaprakash Narayan, George Fernandez, so many people have been sent to jail, and because this of using Maintenance of Internal Security Act, because when you put them, there is no reason, you need not explain anything, they just put them into this one. The resultant action of emergency is that the evaluation of Janata Party. So, in fact, we have seen because it is an anti-establishment and somebody has advised Indira Gandhi, you should put elections immediately so that you will win, but she lost very badly, and of course, Janata Party has come and all that, that is a different story. It was like what we call in Telugu as Kalagur Gampa, and poverty, philosophies and everything different, and it also in short time fallen. So, history tells only one thing, that this emergency is a very black spot in the Indian democratic system. I just want you to recollect your ideas and your experiences during the emergency, and just give some.
Before we talk about the emergency, let's discuss something that happened maybe about 6-7 years before the emergency was declared. I think that was 1967 or 68. Mari Chennareddy from Andhra Pradesh, he got elected, in 67 elections he got elected as MP from Medak and became Minister for Mines and Steel, State Minister, I think, State Minister for Mines and Steels in the government of Mrs. Gandhi. There was an opponent for him called Vande Mataram Ramchandra Rao. He put an election petition stating that he has misused the electoral office, his official position to win the elections, and the electoral malpractices were proved, and court gave an order against him. What did Mrs. Gandhi do as the Prime Minister? She asked Mari Chennareddy to immediately resign, and he resigned. He resigned and came back. And the court order stayed, which disqualified him for about 6-7 years, during which period he started that Telangana Praja Samiti and then the separate Telangana agitation. And only after that bar has been lifted, that 6 years is completed, he was again appointed as Governor of Uttar Pradesh. So, that precedence is there. On similar grounds in 1975, when the court held her guilty, what did she do? One standards for Chennareddy, another standards for her own. She didn't resign. She fought it out in the court, and the one person who gave her a real oxygen is Krishna Iyer, who was then the Supreme Court judge, vacation judge, because this happened somewhere in May, June, when the Supreme Court was in vacation. So, he was the vacation judge and he stayed the Allahabad High Court judgment. Of course, Nani Palkewala argued on behalf of Mrs. Gandhi. And that breathing space that was given by this judgment, he took advantage of it and immediately declared emergency. Let's also see the other side of it. It was an period during which CIA was very, very active. She was already aligned with Russia. So she is thought to be a person who is favorable to Russia and anti-America. So wherever there were anti-American regimes, CIA was destabilizing them. That happened in Chile. And in fact, people say Fidel Castro of Cuba came and warned Mrs. Gandhi that she is the next one. So she could be paranoid that this all is a part of a conspiracy of CIA to destabilize me, because CIA was actively working to dethrone it. But I don't think history now tells there was no link. This was one of good judgments given by an upright judge. So there was no such link. But she was paranoid. So that's when she declared the emergency. What were the result of emergency? Emergency resulted in two things. First thing is the Supreme Court getting totally demoralized. That's what she has done. Even in that type of a situation, there was one Mr. Khanna who gave an excellent judgment against the government on civil liberties, knowing fully well that he will not become the Supreme Court Chief Justice. But there was another person, I think some rare one, who sided with the government and he became the Chief Justice. So one is total civil liberties have been totally smashed during her regime. Second was the rise of her son. That was the worst thing. Sanjay Gandhi, without any authority, became the de facto ruler of this country. Let's not forget that. And cabinet ministers were reporting to him. And in fact, I think during that period, Mr. Prakash Brahmandra Reddy was the Home Minister in Government of India. And they say he was ill-treated by Sanjay Gandhi. And what did he do? He had some fancy ideas of encroachment removal, family planning, and he took it to an extreme level. Family planning was required in India, but took it to an extreme level where it became a target-driven Noshbandi, and it's this Noshbandi program which finally got Mrs. Gandhi defeated in the ensuing elections as and when they happened. The second thing is, even in these bad circumstances, wherever you had good chief ministers, the administration was good. One such state was Andhra Pradesh. That's why Jalagamangal Rao was the chief minister in those days. That's why after the election, emergency, when the elections happened, Andhra gave a big mandate in favor of Mrs. Gandhi. That's because of the good administration the chief minister was able to deliver as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. Of course, all those great stalwarts, all of them were imprisoned, and a lot of student leaders were also got imprisoned during that period. And then how wrong the intelligence can go also is shown by this period. Intelligence fellows told her somewhere in 1977, the situation is good, you call for elections, you would sweep all over the country. And believing them, she called for the elections and got routed. Of course, when she got routed, the Kalagurugampa, as you told, the hodgepodge that came up had only one mandate, that is to defeat Mrs. Gandhi, nothing else. That's why once they came, they started quarreling, and within 1-2 years, Charan Singh gave them a hand, sided with Mrs. Gandhi, became the Prime Minister and stayed for a short period, and in the ensuing elections, she came back with full power. But just shows how a person in power can manipulate the system to take over the full command of the country. But I don't think it would again happen now, because democracy has really taken roots in the last 40-50 years after the emergency. And nowadays nobody will dare to do that. In fact, there used to be this talk of military takeover also during Nehru's time, Kariyappa, when he was the Army General. But it didn't happen. Now there's no possibility of such things happening.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ ఫర్ గివింగ్ యువర్ ఇన్సైట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. చూడాలి ఏదైనా ఒకటేంటంటే ముఖ్యంగా అటు రాయలసీమలో ఇండస్ట్రీస్ పరంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందాలి అని అంటే ఈ వాటర్ అయితే డెఫినెట్గా కావాల్సి వస్తుంది. మరి దీన్ని ఏ రూట్లో తీసుకెళ్ళి అక్కడ వాటర్ సప్లై చేస్తారనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్.